Right, here we go again. This is a bit of a breaking news just came out. Boris Johnson, Prime Minister, has announced that we are bringing back measures, health measures, in the name of public health. Slowly, this is just the beginning of the upcoming mini lockdowns and everything else. So, face coverings, back, especially on public transport and shops, which means inevitably we go to restaurants and pubs and usual stuff anyway. We're waiting for to get more from Sajid Javid, but essentially isolation, that as a mandatory policy was going to be reduced, is back. The PCR day 2 when you arrive, that's back. So some of them, a lot of people could compromise on some, but the majority of it, in terms of the logic, I have a problem with this. So my problem is not actually just with the measures, lack of them, or with having them or not having them. Is the politicians. When Sajid Javid became Health Secretary, honeymoon period, he said, I am going to be the king of Freedom Day. I'm going to go do Freedom Day. We're not going to do anything. And the people asked him, they said, what if somehow and the next big thing comes? What if some sort of variant comes? What if like you're under peer pressure from the media to do measures? He said, no, this is the end. We're not going to do anything. No more masks and nothing. Well, that was a lie because it came back. Boris Johnson himself, same problem. My first problem is just with politicians. In terms of managing expectations or lack of it, in terms of the PR, the communication of it, that's just absolutely terrible because they are essentially lying to us. Now, in terms of logic of what they're trying to do, two new cases that have been created because of this thing. I understand that some people would say that, well, it's good to be cautious, just in case it gets back. Well, fine. Again, they promised us that the majority would take the jabs and everything will be okay. Transmissions will still happen because cases will be created, but that's it. Because the majority of the country is still protected because of immunity, whether because of the jabs or natural immunity. Then what? What's next? What do you want to do next? You're going to take the third one, the booster, fourth, fifth, and you're going to do the coverings. You're going to basically just not do anything else, and then but you still have to stay at home eventually, right? That's basically where we are, because you can't stop any airborne viruses. That's just how it works anyway. So because we can't stop an airborne virus, why not just be in lockdown forever? Let's just do it. Come on, let's do Hunger Games. We could do different districts, and we could do like weird games, and we could like a Squid Game. If the last person stands and they test negative, then they could live forever free on their own on this planet. Maybe we could do that. I can assure you there will be a lot of people who will kick off. People who actually who have a lot to lose, not those who are obviously they're just if you live in a small town and your everyday life is still pretty isolated, unfortunately, or like not many people going around anyway, and there's either an income or somehow there's no need to actually go out there in society to work number of hours to work. That's a different group, but there's a lot of other groups, not just in terms of making a living, not just business or work, mental health too. These people will be suffering. There's the cinema in Wales been mentioned earlier today that the police in Wales went in to shut it down because of lack of health passports. These companies, these businesses are all going to go bankrupt. They're all going to go fight back. A lot of restaurants and pubs in London, they're going to fight back. A lot of people who, again, not the millennial hippies who can actually work from home on their laptops like this, they'll be fine. They're not going to complain. They're still going to be hypocrites. They're going to be supporting the measures. And then they're going to have secret house parties. I see them in London. I see them all the time. These are the hypocrites who are causing more trouble than people who just want to have their normal life back. Let's see how this goes. But right now, this is just the breaking news. I'm just reporting it, and I'm telling you, there will be some who will kick off. We have to be careful. Thanks again for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you want to be stay up to date with all this updates, about, especially over the next few days. We're going to be covering this a lot. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.